is doing awesome. I'm going to get everything all set up here. Actually got everybody dropped off and settled in at home quick enough. Good afternoon, Plain Sharks. We're going to go out tonight and do some food delivery on DoorDash, UberEats, Grubhub, and Instacart, backed by popular demand. Every time I go live, other times you're like, when you want more food delivery, ride-alongs. So I'm going to do my best to bring those to you. I am streaming on the new iPhone today and going to try to do all my deliveries. I do not like delivering on the Android. There's a lot of things that are not not pleasant about it. It's the most being this overlay permissions on UberEats is the most ridiculous thing. And so every time I want to go on UberEats, I gotta enable overlay permissions just to get the app going. And then I have to turn it off because the overlay permissions are absolutely horrible. So now I already lost the spot that I have to fix it on. So we're going to go see what we can do, see what sort of orders we can find. And I don't even know where we're at. We're over 100 on the day. I've done almost 100 on Instacart alone today. I did not have, for the first time in many weekdays, did not have any catering deliveries today. So it was all just kind of whatever. But the good news is we're slowly moving up our rating on DoorDash. I am up to 63 points, trying to get to 75 points to get platinum unlocked, and then I'll have a lot more flexibility and have a lot more freedom to just go online whenever, because right now I'm still scheduling all my DoorDash stuff and it's fairly annoying to have to do it on a regular basis. So pass on that. I've got everything is going to be on here in a second. It's just not all on quite yet because we just literally hit the road. Press and hold an item to delete it. Yeah, so the problem is UberEats on Android won't allow you to log on unless you put always on top for UberEats. And when that happens, it's just not a good scenario. So, hello to everybody. Welcome to A Side of Hustle. The goal of this channel is to move 10,000 people from stupid broke to self-defined millionaires, from poor in every area of your life to rich in every area of your life. And so I'd love to take any and all of your side hustle questions and make things work for you. So if you've got anything, so good evening to you, Tony. Good evening, Plain Sharks. Hit that like, hit that subscribe as you come on in. We're all about life improvement here. We want to help you get out of whatever ruts that you are in life, whether it be financial, physical, emotional, social, spiritual, mental. We would want to help you kind of break free. That's kind of what our channel here is all about. We're looking for some food delivery stuff tonight, but tonight is just as much about hanging out with you guys as it is about actual food delivery. If you have any other side hustle type of questions, or if you're working on like getting your own business going or different things like that, I will love to just help you with that. So we're going to be kind of just heading downtown, coming to you from the United States, from Southwest Florida, and not quite sunset yet. We're finally past 6 o'clock sunset. We're seeing lots of low orders here. Lots of, they're called silver orders on DoorDash, but they're really not great. Like $4 for 1 mile and type of stuff that I don't like taking anything under $5 anyway, but you only really want to take in the middle of the afternoon, even if the app says it's good to take. So yeah, so we're streaming on the iPhone today. Oh, you've been out of service for 3 days. Yuck. Are you fixing it yourself? Like actually getting in there and doing that? Do you have the technical know-how? Because that is something I didn't learn too much about, unfortunately. So I've been blessed to not have any major car issues here for quite a few months, so I'm thankful for that, but there is always that impending doom of what's going to happen. So we've got our Instacart is booting up. There's a bunch of Instacart options here, but nothing that looks crazy good. I always raise my standard. Has been saying you want more ride along, so I'm trying to balance everything, trying to figure out, but we're doing just the old school ride along tonight. It's kind of a low pressure, low stress, like to get $50. I don't know, the daytime has been better than suppers here for the last week and a half. So like last night I did like 2 hours for supper and made like $35. It was really slow. So we're just gonna find what we can find, and we'll be out here doing that. All right, your mechanic fixed most of it. All right, that's, yeah, hey, but any skill that you have, anything that you can fix by yourself is better than having to pay someone to do it. So I'm gonna go back to at least on weeknights, I'm just gonna go back to driving around. I've found that just sitting in one place on weeknights, there's just not enough orders. But I think I have cracked everything there is to know about this new DoorDash on-time rating, because I have not had a late delivery in approximately 50 deliveries. I've made about 50 deliveries in a row on time, at least as per their metrics, and I've learned some stuff. And I'm finally, my on-time rate, so when they first rolled out this new thing, 11 of my first 13 deliveries were considered late by their new standard. And I finally got to the point where some of those are dropping off the back end. So I am now up to 63%, or 63 points. Sorry, 63 points. And you need to get to 75 to be platinum, or 70 to be platinum. Sorry, 70 to be platinum. You need to get to 65 to be gold. So I'm hoping that there's a chance, and I might even stay on. Well, I can't stay on super late, but I'm going to maybe push. I might take something a little less than ideal just to try to get gold unlocked at least with what I have going on here. So and I'm not quite sure how this whole thing is going to work also, because I'm streaming on my main phone line. So if I have to call, if I have to call in, I can call on the Cricket phone, but I'm just really not sure how that's going to actually work. But we're trying it anyway. Eminem or Dr. Dre? Oh, great question. So in general, I don't listen to either of them just because of the content of the stuff. But in terms of just the actual, the one that audibly connects more with me, it would be Eminem. Some of his wordsmithing I really appreciate, even though I don't like all the things that he sings about. But besides those two, I would choose NF, because his wordsmithing is very similar to Eminem, and I don't have to worry about the content being bad or whatever. So yeah. Hello from the United States. I am actually passing by a native Indian restaurant as we speak. So we'll see. Sometimes we get orders from there, so we will see what we have. It's called Le India. Leindia is how they spell it, but it is native Indian cuisine from people who used to live in India. Yeah. SK Studio, hello to you. Jitesh, hello to you. Corey, hello to you. Ali, awesome. Thank you guys for hanging out tonight. So definitely want to answer the question. So I'm going to mainly talk about, unless there's questions, you're in India as well. Yeah, I'm literally right next to Le India. It is a local Indian cuisine. So I'm from the United States, from Southwest Florida. So it's a very popular place here. delivered from it many times, but they're not sending me any orders right now, and we're just going to kind of keep moving. So if you guys got questions about any sort of side hustle stuff, let me know for sure. Want to help you guys with that, especially if you got questions about eBay, Amazon, growing your YouTube, anything like that. Hey, we got connections. Lisa, how's it going? Good evening to you. We're just going to go see. It's been, suppers have been a grind. Daytime's been good, but supper's been a grind recently. Instacart's been particularly good to me over the last couple of weeks. But suppers on weeknights have been rough. So we're just going to see what we can find here and do that. Not really. Not super close to Panama City. That's up in the Panhandle, I believe, right, Rick? I'm way down. I'm about as far south as you can get on the West Coast before it just turns into the Gulf of America / Caribbean Sea / the Keys, but part of the mainland. You got rejected by your friend, Jitesh. All right. So, well, without having too much, let me just give you some basic principles for sure. Number one, basic principle, if doing that, is search yourself and see if there's something that you did that you know is wrong. All right. Now, you might not be 100% to blame for whatever is going on, but perhaps you're 1% or 2% or 5% to blame. So, Jay Gamer, how's it going? So I would start there and just search your heart and figure out, did you do something where you messed up? Maybe you had good intentions, but you didn't present them in a proper way. Maybe you took the friendship for granted. I would always start there. Start with yourself, because if you don't start with yourself, then you're just going to start blaming other people. So I would start with yourself, see if there's anything that you can look back. And if there is, and you identify it, the next step I would do is I would just go and apologize for that. Even if you feel like, well, I just did that little thing and they did this big thing, hurt me, I would still start with that. Show the humility, and that's going to show you maybe a little bit about if they're interested in restoring that relationship or not. Thank you for the beard, love, Jay. Appreciate it so much. So I'd start with yourself. Start by figuring out what maybe you, and I'm gonna guess you could probably find at least something in the relationship that you've done that could have been painful. Maybe it's a small part, or maybe it's a large part. I don't know that, but I'm gonna guess that you're gonna be able to find at least something, where at least 1% of the problem is your fault, and then fess up to that 1%, apologize for it, and say, I didn't mean to hurt you. That was not my intent, but I know I messed up in this area. Please forgive me. And then start with that. Start with fixing the part that you can fix. And then once you've done that and you've cleared your conscience, you've cleared your heart, you've done the best, see what their response is. And give them time. Don't expect an immediate reciprocation. It might catch them off guard. I don't know, but at least see what the response is for a few minutes, or for a day or two, something like that. Hey, appreciate the subs, guys. Thank you so much. We're going to sit here at a place called the Crust Pizza just for a couple of minutes. Joseb as well. Cassinia, is that how you say it? I can say Link, so maybe I'll just say that. Hello from the United States to you. The light or the car? Man, if I had to choose, I'm paying the car first. If I had to choose between the two, I'd pay the car. I'd pay the car bill first. 100%. Because you lose your car, then your chance of making income goes down tremendously. I mean, we're a one-car family, and I hate it. I hate only having one car. We lose so much money because I have to give up delivery time to go pick up my family from school. It's a horrible situation. And having no car, now you have to pay. You have to pay someone to get anywhere. That's where I would start. And then I would use my car to get the money to pay the electric bill paid off as quick as possible after that. So, Stardashians, how's it going? Dixie, how's it going? We're just having fun here. We're looking for some orders. I don't know. Suppers have been really rough here the last couple weeks. Daytime's been good. So I did like basically 100 on Instacart plus some DoorDash and Uber Eats. So you got to keep the car. Just like, I mean, the first thing is you got to keep the roof over your head, right? Like, you got to keep the roof over your head. That's always step one. The other thing is, I don't know if this is true everywhere, but I know in some jurisdictions, if you tell them that you're planning on sending the check for the electricity, they can't shut your electricity off. So you might, what I would do is that I think the car, they're going to be a lot less forgiving on that. Kaylee, good evening. How are you doing tonight? So, but if you call the electric company and say, hey, look, I'm going to be late on my payment here by a couple of days, you're more likely to get some grace there, I think, than you would on a car payment, for sure. So I don't know if anybody else has any other specific experience, but you don't want collections to even be notified that you're late on car payment or anything like that. Keep the car and use it to make the money that you need to make, even if you got to work extra hours for a period of time. I'm having some issues here. So I'm trying to use the iPhone for streaming. But I'm having so many issues using the Android. Like, it's not sending the orders until like they've already passed. Especially DoorDash is struggling on that too. Yeah, right, exactly. Like, so I've let my phone bill slide for a couple of days before just due to lack of money. Obviously, that's not ideal. You want to pay your bills on time. Like, that's stuff that we want to be going for. But, Master Proshi, you're a really bad troll. You're a really bad troll. Try that on someone who doesn't have... You get a timeout for that. You're a horrible troll. Like, let's take a joke that's been on the internet for, 15 years? So, yeah, like Verizon will give you, like, multiple warnings and, and they'll be like, hey, do this. But if you know, like, you're going to be late on electric bill, just call them and just say, hey, I really need to keep my electricity on. I'm going to be able to pay next week. But, yeah, so... Yeah, I mean, you can, right, there's lots of different ways you can do it. You can just say, right, you can be subtle. You can say, right, give the excuse. You can just say, hey, my pay hasn't hit the bank yet, which is true because you haven't made the money yet. You can find lots of different ways to do that. Abdul, hey, hello from the United States to you. Vitalik, good evening to you. Joshua, how's it going? Just chill, yeah, but we're talking if you don't have the money to pay the bill. What do you do if you don't have the money to pay the bill? So your scenario is great if you have the money to pay the bill, but not everybody's in that position to do so. So most places are willing to work with you, and of course then work to get ahead as quick as you possibly can, because you definitely want to do that. So, Kylie, is that an Australian characteristic? I don't know. You would know more than me on that. So, yeah, I mean, that's another option. I don't know how to say your name, but you could potentially pay half. But I think most of these places, they understand people are hurting, and if you're in good standing, then just call. Like, if they're going to shut you off either way, like, it's not going to hurt if you call and just are honest with them too. So, I mean, there's different ways to handle it, but yeah, well, there's some trolls. Some people are having fun. We're okay. I've only had to block like one person so far. It's fun trolls for the most part. So, but Kaylee's on alert here, so don't mess with Kaylee. Bakhtiar, is that how you say it? Hello from the United States. Thank you guys for hanging out. Appreciate you guys. If you haven't hit that like and subscribe, I'd also appreciate that. And if you're appreciating this and you want to hop on as a channel member, that's another way you can support small channel. The more channel members that we have, the more streams and more lives that we can do. Absolutely. Okay, you're good. Don't worry about it. No, we try to be, as long as people aren't defiantly obtuse, we tend to be pretty forgiving here. We roll with the punches. There's nothing else to do right now anyway. We're still waiting for a good order to come in. So I don't know, Kaylee. I don't know if I'm going to make the deadline or not. So we'll see, but we're going to push. Yeah, see, so I just got an offer on DoorDash with the app open and it still didn't make any noise. Like no alert or anything that I was actually getting an offer. So we're in the United States. Yeah, well, I do a lot of different things, just chill. But yeah, I'm doing food delivery right now for supper. Trying to find some good orders, but it's been really rough at supper time here recently. So most of my stuff has been during the day, most of my delivery stuff. Scottish, Kylie. Scottish. Close enough. Lots of people from India tonight. From the United States here. Like, I allow everybody, okay, not everybody, most everybody can come in with like their little joke. Come in with your joke, say who I remind you of, that sort of thing. I'm good with that. But, you know, then you got to kind of roll back and then act like a normal human being. And so Rajesh, is that how you say it? From India. Lots of people from India in here tonight. So from the United States here. Yeah, there's a constant, Kylie, there's a constant battle on this channel. I call it supper. So for me, dinner is the main meal of the day, and it can be any time in the day. Supper is the evening meal. So it's breakfast, lunch, and supper. And generally you wouldn't call breakfast dinner, but lunch or supper could be dinner depending on depending on what the main meal of the day is. So, for example, if you go to church on Sunday morning and then come home and have a nice pot roast, then you have Sunday dinner at like noon. It's Sunday dinner. It's the main meal of the day. So, yeah, you guys can ask questions. It's cool. We're here hanging out. If I get orders, I gotta move, but that's definitely not been a thing here tonight. There's not been a lot of orders coming through. So just how it goes some nights. So it's cool. Ask questions. If I don't like the question, I don't have to answer it. So it's how we do. I have not been to Australia. My sister has. My sister did a mission trip to Australia when she was in high school. That was a long time ago, though. No, what I'm gonna do, Lisa, is I'm gonna just post it. I think I'm just gonna do it as a community post, Okay, awesome. I think I'm going to do it as a community post, and then we'll bring it up some other time here. Hey, we just got a 1625 plus for 7 miles. from Namba Ramen and Sushi. But once again, I'm not getting any notifications from DoorDash, even with it on. So, growing your beard out as well. Awesome. So, I'm going to be driving here, so obviously I won't be able to catch every single one of your comments, but that doesn't mean you can start being meanies, because I got mods that are taking care of things. So, I'm up to 63 points. I'm silver, but I'm at 63 points, trying to get to gold tonight. That's the goal. So finally, those first 11 of my first 13 orders on this new on-time system were late, and I finally started chipping away at those. So I took 3 orders in a row that got my on-time rate from 85 to 88%. So I am getting close to gold, and then obviously only 5 points after that is needed to get to platinum. So, but I'm still hanging out the 14% acceptance rate. I'm pretty sure I figured out everything. I think I know how to be on time forever and ever and ever on DoorDash till they change it again. And I'll let those people go. You need to go. All right, so we're gonna go to this Namba Ramen and Sushi. It's definitely one of our better places. So what you need to do, this is for all you DoorDash people, because I think I've accomplished about 50 deliveries in a row and not been late. No, not at least not the way I've been doing it. Airplane mode hasn't been with the way I've been doing it. I have tried that, but that didn't seem to have any impact for me. What I've been doing, so first of all, you have to get to the restaurant on time. I don't have any way to fix that. If for whatever reason you're going to be late to the restaurant, then you need to call DoorDash right away to let them know that you're going to be late to the restaurant, because there's no way to notify the app that you're going to be late to the restaurant. So that's the first thing. Now, I'm pretty good now because I'm not dirty double stacking anything with DoorDash for the most part, unless it's something absolutely amazing or whatever. But generally speaking, I'm not double stacking DoorDash, and I'm just pausing DoorDash until I know I'm basically done with my delivery. But when I get to the restaurant, the first thing I do is I hit, you hit the arrived at store. As soon as it allows you to hit arrived at store, I hit that. And then to tell us what's happening with the pickup, I do the Audrey, which is check all of the things. Okay? So I do that, and then I keep an eye on the time. And so this pickup time is 6:24 p.m. Now, I'm in the parking lot at 6:17 because we were just across the street. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep an eye on the time. And as long as I get the order by 6:17, I'm good. I'm not going to do anything more, because you always have the ability to give a phone call to DoorDash if you need to. And so that's always a possibility. You kind of have that as your opt-out. But if I get the order even a minute past 6:24, you need to hit the question mark that's up in the top. This question mark. And then that's where you need to go through, and that's what activates extra time for your delivery. So you hit the question mark, and it's going to yell at you for doing this, and then you have to go through here. Store has an issue, order has a long wait time. Okay, which you're used to doing that. But instead of using it, and now see, it yells at me because I'm doing this so much. So I'm not going to actually report it here. But then you want to actually say from that point, and I would only do this after you're getting the order late. So don't abuse it. And then that will reset the timer for delivery to be based off of when you actually pick up the order. But otherwise, DoorDash assumes everything is going well, and you don't need to do anything. You don't need extra time. So that's the way to get extra time. And so far, then when you mark confirm pickup, then everything is good after that. So we're we're gonna leave this running here, and I got the BRB up. So if you're a channel member, you guys can hit the BRBs in the chat, and you guys can chat amongst yourselves as well. There is just, well, I guess I could try. I'll try bringing you guys here. It's been a little while since we've done this one. I'll bring you guys along. I was gonna put the BRB up, but. So this is a 1675 order plus for 7 miles. So it's already a better order than anything I got all last night during supper. It's from one of our nice high-end sushi places here, Namba Ramen and Sushi. So they're usually pretty good during the weekday being on time, but they also don't look super busy tonight. Good evening. Picking up for Doug tonight.
Doug C?
Doug C.
Just that for now?
That's the only one I got at the moment.
Make sure that's ready.
All right, thank you. All right, I got to mute really quick because of music. All right, I had to mute because of music. Guido Planet. So, well, we're talking anything side hustle that you guys want to talk about or anything life that you want to talk about, but we got everything picked up here. And we're still early for this, but yeah, so I just got this DoorDash. Audrey, how's it going? How's it going? So this is like 1675 plus for 7 miles. Our pickup time is 6:24, so we're still good. We got 2 minutes, so then we're not really in a rush. So the other thing with this is never confirm your pickup on DoorDash till you're actually ready to go. Because as soon as you are, any clock that they have running will start. So in this case, I gotta get my catering bag set up in the front. Get the car started and all that stuff before I actually mark this thing as confirmed pickup, because your timer, sorry, it's going to be a little awkward here for a second. Your timer starts as soon as you mark the order is confirmed as picked up. And so we want to make sure that we're not on the delivery clock while we're doing things like getting out of the parking lot, so as long as you're in a reasonable range of the restaurant, I would not be marking anything as picked up on DoorDash. Trying to give you, we've had this new program here, and I've delivered about 50 orders in a row on time after delivering a bunch of them late when the new program rolled out. So been absolutely trying to master it. James Johnson, how's it going? Hope you are doing well today. I don't even know what direction I'm headed yet, so we're gonna get that figured out here. Appreciate you guys doing that. Guido, we're not gonna dig too deep into that subject on this stream, but I'm just gonna tell you in general that romantic relationships work best the way God designed them and laid it out in the Bible. So I think if you pursue God, you pursue a deepening relationship with Jesus Christ, don't look to counselors for wisdom and stuff like that. Audrey, no, I have not checked email today, so I will check that tonight. Welcome back, Philippe. All right, now we're going to mark this thing as confirmed pickup, mainly because I don't know which direction I'm headed. I think I'm headed to the north. I'm so done. I've been trying to use the Android to deliver today, and I'm just so done with it. There's so many bad things. The only thing that's better on Android is Instacart. Instacart is better on Android. Everything else is so much worse. So, we're going to figure out where exactly we have to go. We got to go about 6.5 miles to the North American Walmarts. How's it going? Yeah, I consumed a lot of content on that today just to kind of see what's going on. That's kind of crazy. My heart definitely goes out to everyone who lost loved ones, friends, family in the plane crash yesterday. So let me get out of here really quick. Yeah, so what I didn't know about that, Lisa, particularly. But that doesn't seem to be, the issue doesn't seem to be the amount of time they're giving you to get from the restaurant to the customer. The issue seems to be that they don't, unless you mark through the question mark, they don't give you anything extra. They don't give you any extra time when the restaurant is delayed. And they don't tell you that the only way to get the extra time is to work through the question mark and then do that. But then the problem is the app yells at you if you mark through the question mark too many times. So you're eating pizza now, Philippe. Awesome. Enjoy. Yeah, so like that's the issue. The issue that I've had with DoorDash, at least, is it's not getting to the restaurant on time for the most part. If you're not, it does mean you can't be accepting orders while you're delivering other orders, so it definitely makes it less efficient. But it's like, okay, whatever, it's annoying, but I can make that switch. The only issue that I've really had with being on time is when you're delayed at the restaurant, because they give you about a 5-minute buffer in delivery time. So when I'm stuck at the restaurant, when I'm delayed at the restaurant, that's where you need to get the extra time. And then going through the question mark and then marking that there's a delay, but you're willing to wait for it. That's the only way to get extra time. But then the app yells at you for, you're marking so many orders as being delayed. Well, that's because so many orders are delayed. That should have nothing to do with me. And so for a while I was like, whatever. I mean, if they're going to track it and if they're going to deactivate you because of it, well, then they're going to deactivate you because of it. But at this point in time, it's the only reasonable solution to be doing on-time deliveries when the restaurant is delayed. And so don't mark it unless you actually need it, unless the restaurant is actually delayed. But that's the best thing that I can say, and it's worked. And that's what they actually tell you to do if you call in. They say, make sure you hit the question mark and say that there's a long wait for the delivery. Now, after 10 minutes, you can opt out from the delivery for free. You know, it won't hurt your cancellation rate. But generally speaking, I want to be taking stuff that I don't mind waiting a little bit of time for in the first place anyway. So doing a one-day test run. Yesterday the test run was using Streamlabs for vertical streaming and kind of got mixed reviews. I think I like this better. I think I just like YouTube's vertical stream better. And today, tried running all the apps on the Android instead of the iPhone, and I don't know how you guys do. Like I said, the only app that is better on Android versus iPhone, the only app of the ones that I use at least, is Instacart. So, because they actually give you audible notifications. So, I don't know. For those of you who are using Android all the time, woo, more power to you, but everything is very awkward on it. And especially in order to use UberEats, it requires you to have it in front. Don't like that at all. All right, we got to go about 5 more miles to this delivery here. Let me see, I haven't even checked the time here. So 6:41 is what the GPS says. DoorDash wants it delivered by 6:49. So again, unless we run into something unexpected here, then that's what it is. But I mean, this has taken a month. It's taken a month to figure out how to actually do this because DoorDash isn't really clear, and they try to do things. They give you the way to fix it, but then they try to discourage you from using that way, and that's not an ideal situation by any means. Like, don't tell me to report the restaurant is delayed and then yell at me for reporting too many restaurants are delayed. Like, but we are one at a time, just chipping away. I don't know exactly how many, but I probably need to deliver anywhere between 2 to 5 more DoorDash orders on time, and I will be up to gold. And anywhere from, like, say, 7 to 15 more DoorDash orders to be back up to platinum would be my guess. So I'm super excited about trying to get that going. So we're going to do this. This is a better offer than anything I got for supper last night. So I'm definitely excited about this one. We've got about 1.5 miles to our turn, and then we got to go about 2 miles after that. So it's not a great drop-off location, but you're 1675 plus. I think the order's under 100 because I didn't see the catering tag on it, but it's good. Well, have fun with your video game day, Philippe, for sure. So yeah, I feel like we're slowly getting to the point where when the new system rolls out everywhere, I know some of you guys have it, not all of you have it, but essentially you get to the point where as long as your customer rating is perfect, and your on-time rating is decent, and what's the other one that matters? Oh, and your completion rate is perfect, then platinum is yours with no acceptance rate things. And if that's really the case, then DoorDash is the best it's been in over a year. You just have to learn how to play the on-time game. That's the issue. You got to learn how to play the on-time game with DoorDash. DB, you're a taxi driver. Awesome. Like for an actual taxi company, or do you do More the Uber Lyft type of stuff? Or are you independent? You're an Uber driver. Awesome. I'm delivering for DoorDash right now. I've not actually done any ride share yet because I'm driving an '04 Pontiac Vibe and nobody wants to cram in this dirty thing. Plus, it's got like a bunch of kid stuff in it and everything. So we're on our way. We've got to go about 3 more miles here to get to our drop off. This is a 1675 plus order on DoorDash for 7 miles. Plus means we don't know exactly what the total is going to be. We know it's going to be at least $16.75. Obviously, we're hoping for something big. Big money, no whammies. Big money, no whammies. And I'm trying, I've got a Samsung Galaxy something or other. I don't know what it is. I'm trying, it's been the phone that I've been streaming on, and I was trying to stream on the iPhone today. Audrey's going to work. I don't know what's going on in the chat, y'all. Don't make Audrey work that hard. I don't know what's going on in the chat. You're making Audrey work too hard. It's getting crazy up in here. So hope everybody's doing well, doing awesome tonight. This is our first delivery of the evening. I did do some delivery this morning into the early afternoon. I did like breakfast through lunch is what I did. Did like 7:30 to 1:30. So what is that, like 6 hours this morning? Did over 100. I don't know exactly what I did. Like 110, 120, something like that. Right around $20 an hour. Pontiac Vibe. I actually just completed a fast, Mahan. I just did a 6-day water fast, followed by like a 7-day liquid fast, followed by like, what is that, 13, by another 7 days of basically fruits, veggies, and meat. No carb fast for the most part. Mahan. So Andrew Tate, here's the thing. Some of Andrew Tate's message is really good and really timely for young men. Some of it. Like about manning up, about working hard, about not whining, not complaining. You know, that sort of stuff. That some of that message is really good. Some of his other message is really, really destructive to young men. So there's parts of it that I really love. And then there's parts of it that I strongly disagree with. So, but I think it's okay to have someone like that. No, he's not. Not the way he treats women. Not his philosophy. At least not from a biblical worldview. It's not. So, and not to mention, Mahan, to be fair, you asked my opinion. You know, if you want to defend some of that's fine, we can have a discussion, but just to simply come and say, no, he's 100% right. No one's, I mean, unless you're declaring him God, you know, that's a declaration that you don't want to do. But I think it's okay to have people where you don't agree with everything that they say, but you do agree with some things that they say. And some of the things they say are good, and you can hold on to the good and get rid of the evil, you know, or the things that you don't like in your life. You know, I don't even agree with everything I say all the time. So there's definitely not a way I'm going to agree with something that someone else says all the time. So, you know, one of the interesting things in life is that you've got to figure out your course. And if you set your entire course based off of what another human being says, then all you're doing is just living their life. You're not living your life. So, everybody can have, differing opinions on things. But I would just say, just as a matter of discussion, don't go into a chat asking someone's opinion and saying, no, they're 100% right, because that's not a discussion. I mean, if you've made up your mind that that's how you want to live your life, then, hey, that's how you want to live your life. That's your call. How's it going, Savage? I don't have a set schedule right now for when I go live, guys. So there might be some, I don't know if there's cleanup that you need to do in the chat. There's a lot of stuff going on. Chat is hopping now, which I love. And I appreciate that chat is hopping. So I appreciate you guys being here. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Definitely want to help you guys break out of stuck areas in your life, whatever that may be. And definitely take on whatever questions you guys have about different areas and side hustles. So if you're going to be trolling and be silly, still participate in the conversation in some way. Don't just be, what was the phrase? I already forgot the phrase I used. Overtly obtuse. Just don't be overtly obtuse. And obviously when I'm driving, I can't stay up with all the chat, but after we get this dropped off, I'll do my absolute best to get caught up on what I can. Philippe, you got to go. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. I got to figure out what I got to do here. Got to check in at the gate. Got a gate code. You can drive for me? Hey, that'd be nice.
Access granted.
All right, it worked. We are in. There's a lot of chat going on, so I appreciate all of you guys. I guess, I don't know, do you guys consider DoorDash, Uber Eats drivers professional drivers? At a certain point, it certainly feels like I'm a professional driver, that's for sure. All right, so you guys can play guess. It is like absolutely rip-roaring in the chat. I appreciate all you guys. You weren't kidding. You're telling me you want me to go live for Ridealong more often while you're rewarding that. So I appreciate you all so much. With that, defiantly obtuse. That's what it was. Overtly, defiantly. How about just obtuse in general? Let's see. I feel like there's no house there. I feel like this should be the house. I'm not sure if this is the house or not. Hold on. All right, hold on one second. Let me make sure I got the right place here, because there's not easy to see. I think we got the right place. All right, this is like 1675 plus. Throw your guesses. What do you think the total is going to be? All right, sorry, I got to interrupt you guys because I cannot get DoorDash to work. All right, we're back. Savage, you were right on it. $22.52. Sorry, I couldn't show it. I had to literally switch over to this phone to make that work. $22.52 is what it was. My goodness, that guy that I just dropped off to, he was not happy at all. I'm like, sorry, I'm having phone issues. So I'm going to just say this. The experiment of trying to use everything on Cricket and on an Android especially. It's not even just Cricket, it's also the Android. It's just the Android is not good for food delivery stuff. So anyway, we're back. We're rocking and rolling. I got to figure out how to get out of this community. But man, what a bummer though. Like someone who's like a nice tipper, but then just is completely mean. Like walked away without even saying thank you, and like before I could even get the picture and everything, I got it. But that's kind of like a bummer. Like, sure, you're generous with your money, but to then treat someone like that, not a big fan. So anyway, we're not going to let that get us down, but that's just how it goes sometimes. $22.52 was the total on that, so definitely worth it in terms of our time and everything to get that done. Got really dark here really quick. I have no idea what happened to DoorDash, like why it just like completely crashed. I might have to completely switch the stream too. So I won't have to end it, but I think I might end up having to log out of everything on the Android and just switch that back over to the streaming phone. I was hoping to stream because I thought the connectivity would be better for you guys on the iPhone. But then I guess that means the connectivity on the Android is definitely not as good. So yeah, it's crazy how it was like fine, and then we deliver that, and then boom, it's like dark. It got dark here quick. So we'll see. I don't know. So it's 22. We're aiming for 50 tonight. So we're looking for like another 27, 28 bucks. That was just our first order of the night. But we're pretty far away from anything good too. So now we got to drive quite a bit. Oh, I just hate that. I hate being treated like crap. That's just not fun. Don't do that. Like, honestly, I'd rather a friendly interaction with a lesser tip than a big tip where you just get treated like crap. Don't care about either, Allie. Sorry. Who am I more sick of? Taylor Swift, because football. But I really don't care about either. Sorry about that. I know all the Swifties will be after me now, but I don't really listen to any sort of pop music at all. All right, we're going to head back downtown. It's going to take us a few minutes to get there. We'll see if there's any good orders in the meantime. And what I might do, if we don't get any orders between then and there, I know I've angered an entire mob. The thing is, I've been sticking up for the Chiefs a little bit, though, so maybe that buys me something. Tim, how's it going tonight? Oh, let's see. I want to see if that, did that move me up another point? That one didn't. That one did not move me up an on-time point, so. I don't think I was late, but I might have been. but I think I was still within the time. I think it was like 6:48. I got out there at 6:45, so Swifty. Yeah. I'm getting like a DoorDash and there's like 0 audible notifications. There it is. Well, and now I declined it. It keeps. Oh my goodness. So done. So done delivering on an Android. Other than Instacart. Instacart's the only one. Well, this particular Android doesn't like me. I don't like the always in front on Uber Eats. That's a horrible thing because then it doesn't show you the map when the orders come up. And so much of my market is map based. Yeah. So the DoorDash is just not consistently giving any signal. Oh, it only shows, so with the always on top, it only shows the map if I'm on the Uber Eats app when the order comes through. Otherwise, it just gives the details in front and it doesn't show me the map. So, not a fan of that. And everything else is just super clunky. I don't know, everybody's like, get an Android, you'll like it. Like, no. Well, I don't have hoods, but I have a lot of bad delivery drop-offs that are actually not high mileage in the apps, but it's like twice the distance to actually drive it is what it says. So I have to know where I'm going too for time purposes, for efficiency purposes. Yeah, I have. I've watched some of Kaylee's videos. It's really cool. I'm impressed how quickly she can get them done because like I'll record footage and it takes me like a week and a half to get it to get it all edited and out there. So I'm jealous of her speed of editing for sure. So I don't get a time to watch a ton of them, but I have watched a few. Our gated communities completely mess with these apps. So I need to get over because it's crazy out here tonight. I'm turning off the light for a little bit till we do this, but yeah, we're just not seeing anything come through at the moment. I will pass that on. I think the other part with the Android too is like the Android is not tied to my phone number for all these things. So anytime I need to get a code or access email or whatever, that's all set up on the other phone. I mean, but I guess for future monetization though, if you want those videos to be able to be monetized later, I don't know. I don't know how that works. Do they retroactively? I think there were a few videos that I had where I had to like retroactive. And like half the Android is going through my headphones and the other half is not going through the headphones, which is really weird. So like the DoorDash isn't going through my headphones, but the Uber Eats and the Grubhub and the Instacart goes through the headphones. Anyway, I'm not here to bash Android. It's just not, this setup's not working for me. So the other side is the Android is on Cricket, not on Verizon. So that's part of the deal as well. So I've been only Apple probably for 20 years. Maybe not on cell phones. I mean, I didn't get the first iPhone when it came out, but I've been iPhone since probably iPhone 4, I would guess. I'd have to go. I still have all my iPhone boxes. But I've been MacBook since, yeah, I've been Mac since 2020 for computers and tech. It just feels slow. Everything on it feels slow. Yeah. But that's what it is. It's the people who work in tech generally like Android, PC, and then people who just use tech but don't really work in it tend to like Apple. That's what I found. And I don't work in tech. I don't program. I don't, you know. Now, of course, there's exceptions on both sides, but well, we're trying to get downtown. Trying to see if there's any good orders left. It is 7 o'clock, so. Yeah, exactly. And I think more creator friendly too. Apple's not super creator friendly. Which one? You need to go, ambulance. You need to go. People are trying to get out of your way. All right. Yeah. But I mean, I think that says something for Apple to create something that not super techie people are comfortable using. And but I mean, I think it basically just comes to the point too that whatever you know, it's just what you need to use. But I do, like I said, I do like Instacart, how it actually gives an audible alert. That's one significant improvement with Instacart on an Android. It's amazing to me how different the apps function on two different platforms. Like, you don't have the always in front. That's not even a thing for UberEats on the iPhone. The most annoying thing it does is sometimes it'll override your music if you have the app open, but it never comes to the front. It never forces its way to the front. So old or new? Old or new Star Wars haters? What if you like Star Wars, but you didn't really like the prequel trilogy? That's okay. I'm not afraid to try new things either, though. I mean, that's part of this, part of everything in life is like, okay, let's try something new. I've never done a full delivery day on my Samsung Galaxy, whatchamacallit. I don't know what letters and numbers it is. So I've never done it. So I did it. Don't like it. I can switch back to the old way. I guess we'll go back and kind of hang around where we've been hanging around. This end of town has been okay. I missed a good order on DoorDash before too, just because the signal wasn't working. I wouldn't say I'm an Android hater. So here, like right now, I just got this offer. There's no ding. Here comes the ding. That took about 20 seconds for any dings to come up. So I don't know why. Yeah, that's me, Savage. Like, I don't, whatever, use whatever phone you like. I'm not like an Apple fanboy per se. But it's just not a thing that works for me. And I don't have the time to learn it. Like, if everyone's like, well, just take the time to learn it. Well, yeah, but I don't have time to learn it. I don't have the time to sit down and like learn a whole new system of doing things. If I can't just use it and set it up with what I need to do for the day, then it's practically speaking, it's just not going to work for me. So, and to have to turn on always in front on Uber Eats every single time I want to go on and then turn it off after I go on, that's just stupid. It's stupid to force that setting on it, so. All right, well, we're gonna sit here for a little bit, take a couple minute break. Appreciate you guys hanging out. We've had a rowdy chat tonight, so it's been lots of fun. How do you find house numbers in the dark? Yeah, well, that's kind of an always an issue thing, for sure. One of the things that I did when I was first getting started, I don't do it as much anymore. Well, I don't do it at all anymore. I got one of those headlamps, that just goes around your head, like you're going diving in a cave. So I did that for hands-free, but you can also use your cell phone. Part of it is the more you learn your delivery zone too, the easier it gets, because you're like, oh yeah, well, this kind of looks like the last delivery I did, it told me to turn left, but it looked like it was the house on the corner. And I was like, oh yeah, I kind of realize that it's not exactly where the GPS says it is. So sometimes just familiarity, doing it more with time. And so, I mean, there's give and take on it, but a flashlight for sure. Yeah, like you can get some good high lumen flashlights or high lumen headlamps, whatever you prefer. Like the headlamp kind of looks dorky, but I liked it being hands-free, because sometimes you'd have like drinks or big orders and you just spotlight up on wherever you need to go see. So Nicholas, yeah. So how long have you been doing food delivery and stuff? Just like a week or a month, or how new is new? I would definitely say it's helpful, like when you're new, doing daytime deliveries, just as you're getting the layout of things and everything. Okay, awesome. Yeah, exactly. It's not your fault. Well, that was like that last drop off I did. The guy was like upset that I had bad cell phone coverage. I'm like, I've never run into someone who's like not been understanding of it. But he was just grumpy. It's like sometimes you're just gonna run into grumpy people. JS, how's it going? How are you doing here tonight? So we'll see. I'm not going to sit anywhere for super long. Supper times have been really slow here for the last 2 weeks. Daytime's been good. Supper time's been bad. Which is basically unlike it's ever been, but, things are always changing. I have never. It'd be interesting if any of you guys had dog issues. I've had some dogs that have been uncomfortable being around, but try not to let them show. Try not to show that, but. Welcome back, Plain Sharks. Yeah, I did that for a while too, Tim. For a while, I would just say like, hey, I'm on my way to you. Please make sure you got your front porch light on so I can get the food delivered to you as quick as possible. You know, identify your house. I can't tell you how many times I like see a house like, oh, that's got to be the house. It's everything is all lit up and everything is good. And then when you actually pull up to the house, like, oh, wait, no, it's the house that's completely dark. That's the one. How old was I when my mustache fully connected to my beard? So, well, even by high school, I had the goatee. So I don't have any pictures on my phone or anything. I would show you if I did. But yeah, even back in high school, in the 90s, like if you could be the kid in high school who could grow the goatee, it was pretty good. So that's not good at all. It's not good at all, Audrey. That is quite the story. Yeah. Pit bulls are the ones that make me the most nervous too. No, it's amazing. Like there's people, like it'll be like 10:30 at night and you'll see like a house all lit up and that's not the one you're delivering to. It's the house next door that's completely pitch black. JS, you're just dropping all sorts of tidbits of random stuff tonight, aren't you? All right, we're not going to sit here super long. There you go. Have your self-defense ready to go. All right, so what I think we're going to do is I think we're going to move here. Last time we moved, we got something right away. Bob Dylan is a great musician. I think he will be remembered for many years to come as a great musician. Casey, good evening. How are you doing? Yeah, no, I agree. They always say it's not the breed, it's the owner. Yeah, but a lot of the owners of pit bulls pick that breed for a reason too. Music City Deliveries, good evening. How are you doing tonight? We've literally only done one delivery on this stream. Now, fortunately, it was like a $23 delivery, but it is just slow. Slow. Max to the Blue Jays. I have not heard that. I know they were one of the rumored teams. The Blue Jays are always the rumored team. We're going to have to cover that one tonight. So on the sports channel, we're going to go live probably right around 9:30. Probably around 9:30, we're going to go. I'm not going to stay out much past 9 o'clock at all. And I might even end this stream before 9 o'clock if need be. We're just going to drive over to another restaurant, sit there for a few minutes. Yeah, so all my daytime deliveries have been really good for the last couple of weeks, but supper has been really off, other than weekends. Weekend supper has been good, but weeknight suppers have been really poor. And Instacart, which is funny because I'm not even a diamond shopper on Instacart anymore. I lost that after the last 3 months. And I've been seeing better orders than I ever saw when I was diamond on Instacart. So I have no idea what's up with that. I agree with that. I mean, they're supposed to. They're supposed to keep their animals inside. I agree with that. Yeah, but the problem is there's a lot of owners who don't know how to take care of them, and then the damage that they can do is significant. Because I'm not vetting the owners. I don't know how they've taken care of their pit bull. So it's one thing to say like, hey, we're comfortable having it in our house. It's another thing to say, like, I'm just going to leave my pit bull outside while a random delivery driver comes up who doesn't know that his trigger is, red, and I got a red pizza bag or something like that. So, yeah. It's not to bash on any animal in particular. I try to be friendly. Like, I try to be friendly to dogs that want to be friendly, but still, I don't really want to be licked by a dog while I'm doing food delivery. I also don't want to smell like a dog when I got to maybe do another delivery to another dog owner down the road or something like that. So what apps are you delivering on, Nicholas? Since you're like 2 weeks in, we'll see if we can give you some tips on anything app specific that'll help you maximize. And how big of a town are you in? All right, we're gonna start heading south to the south end of town. We got one good order out of the north end of town. We're gonna head to the south end of town. Well, right, and I think the delivery driver concern is we just don't know who's a good owner and who's a bad owner. But it's like, if you're a bad owner and you have a poodle, like, yeah, you might bite me, but it's going to be annoying. Maybe need stitches. But if it's a bad pit owner and they bite me, I might lose a limb. There's just a huge difference. Huge difference of the potential harm, that a pit or a Doberman can deliver versus, a poodle or a wiener dog. So that's all. And not everybody's comfortable around animals in general. That being said, I did once deliver, I was delivering food one time, and like, it was kind of out in the boonies. And like, I started hearing some grunting, and I'm like, what is that? And it was a pig that was coming up. The pig was trying to eat the food through the fence. I'm like, no, bro, it's not for you, piggy. This is not for you. Yeah. I think the simple solution is just, if you've got pets, just don't have them out. Don't have them out when you're doing deliveries. That seems simple enough for me. Well, we're already seeing a lot more orders over this way. So at least UberEats is popping over here. Nothing worth taking yet, but yes. No, and that's exactly it. But the damage a Chihuahua is going to do to you is nothing compared to the damage that a pit could do to you. So that's all. I don't think anybody's bashing pit bulls per se. It's just about protecting their own livelihoods and safety. That's all. So other than dogs, I told my pig story. What other animal encounters have you had? What other animal encounters have you had when you're doing delivery? Hold on. Yeah. Part of my issues here, deer. Yeah. A monkey? Oh, I got to hear the monkey story. Was it someone's pet monkey? Hey, hey, we're the monkeys. We like to monkey around. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. A pet monkey. He was just trying to help you, Audrey. That's hilarious. Was it scary or not really? Just weird. That tops my pig story, I think, for sure. A monkey starting to drag the grocery bags across. Just trying to help his owner out. All right. You just never know. Like some of these situations, you don't like unless you're in that situation. I don't know how I'd feel. Have you guys seen that video of like the guy actually has a monkey that goes to the door to like hand the money for his like food delivery and then takes the pizzas and walks them inside? That'd be kind of creepy. You just like expect to. I mean, I'm still creeped out sometimes when kids answer the door because I'm like, that's weird. Like, even though they know it's me, the delivery driver, I still think that's weird just having your kid answer the door. Like, even if the stranger brings food to the door, it generally wouldn't. So we're going to head to the south end of town. We're going to see if there's any deliveries going on over there. It's pretty slow. That's like it's been. So that's one of the reasons why I've been trying to get out more during the day, because I wasn't able to hit my goals by doing supper only. It's been more like I got to make most of my money in the daytime and then use supper to kind of just finish off any goals for the day, as opposed to trying to go out and make. I mean, I couldn't even imagine having to try to make $100 at supper time right now on a weekday. It's been rough, but had some good catering orders. Didn't have any today. First day without a catering order. First weekday without a catering order in a couple of weeks. All right, so we're just looking for some orders. It's really, really slow out here tonight, but we got time. If you got any questions, go ahead and post them in the chat as well. That's good, Lisa. I found out I finally got approved for like whatever it's called, not the same day on Deliver That. I got approved for the further out, but I haven't gotten the official verification email, so hopefully that will help too. So I'm just hoping. It's been almost all Zifty too. I've only had like one Deliver That in the last couple weeks. Almost all my caterings have been Zifty. So I'm hoping that getting earlier access will give me some more. Naya, is that how you say it? How are you doing tonight? I don't really understand most of what you're saying, but I appreciate you being here. Yeah, catering drivers. I'm officially a catering driver, not a same-day driver. When your name has a question mark in it, it's definitely like, are you asking us who you are? Not doing a Wawa delivery. Not doing a Wawa delivery. How's it going, Sky? Hash browns is the only hash I know. Good potatoes cooked in butter. Hope everybody is doing awesome tonight. It's just been super slow. We've literally done one delivery here in like an hour and a half. We're barely even seeing anything, so. I get mine from the grocery store. It's really hard to make, I don't know, I found it hard to make good hash browns just by shredding a potato. It's hard to get that right consistency. I think you have to like soak them or something and get some of the starches out. It's like when you get the pre-shredded hash brown potatoes from the store, I can turn those into like some good Waffle House goodness, but tried doing it with potatoes on their own. So we're going to just see if there's any orders. I'm not going to stay out super late. If there's just nothing to deliver, there's nothing to deliver. I'll be back at it again tomorrow. I'll be out a good chunk of the day tomorrow. But we'll go see. We're going to head downtown towards Magic Dumpster, the place we like to go to get some good orders. We could use a little Magic Dumpster magic right now, not going to lie. Rare, how's it going? Hope you are doing awesome tonight. Trying to do some food deliveries, but nobody wants me to deliver their food. And the one person I delivered to was upset with me for having phone signal issues. So we're just driving around looking for some food delivery orders. But I'm going to go park by Magic Dumpster. It's a place we go sometimes when we need to find a good order. So we'll see if Magic Dumpster has any good orders in them tonight. It's in a back alley behind some of our nice high-end restaurants. So from the United States down in Florida. But we're going to see. We'll see if there's much else to do. Mad Max Scherzer to the Blue Jays. Interesting. Feels like a good place for him. Pittsburgh, how you doing? Glad that you're here. I don't really know what you're talking about, so. Bonjour. Farai? I'm assuming it's kind of like Versailles. And hello from the United States to you. Hope you're doing awesome tonight. Yeah, I know. I try not to let it get me down too much. It's kind of like, you know, there was no other trouble with the delivery or anything like that. But just how it is. People have bad days, and try not to let it bug me too much. Rare, you're from Egypt. Awesome. Awesome. Well, hello from the United States to you as well. So we're going to go park back here in our back alley. I'll show you guys Magic Dumpster. If you're a channel member, you can throw your Magic Dumpster emojis up in the chat because we're going to go visit our best friend. Magic Dumpster, do, 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 do. Magic Dumpster, please give me an order. I am getting broker, waiting for your order. Hello, Arslan from the United States. All right, Magic Dumpster is right there. This is where we go sometimes to get a good order at the end of the night. Random people blocking Magic Dumpster. Magic Dumpster is important. She had like an Eagles dress on, like a Philadelphia Eagles. I don't know if you saw that. Absolutely, like and subscribe. And you can also become a channel member for either $2, $5, or $25 a month, whatever level works for you. We'd love to have you as a channel member. It is just nothing. I'm going to give it maybe about 15 minutes here. And if that's it, I'm just going to be done because there's other stuff I can work on at home and everything else. Plus, we're going to go live on the other channel tonight, the sports channel, Metropolitans. We're going to go live over there. But I'll hang out with you guys for a little bit. Try to find something. All the Instacart orders coming in are like $7 or less. They're not worth shopping for anybody for that. And there's just nothing coming through on just about anything. So can't deliver if they don't send you orders, and they're not going to send you orders if they don't need to. So, but a Magic Dumpster looks kind of weird. So, hold on. So he looks hungry, but then there's a bunch of trash out on the other side. So it's kind of like that's business up front, party in the back. So Magic Dumpster has a mullet right now. Business up front, party in the back. It's the level of commentary you're getting out of me right now. Magic Dumpster has a mullet. It's all I got. It's all I got. So, I'll show you this. I can show you the stats, I think, since nothing's coming through here. Anyway, this is my my DoorDash number now. So we're officially up to 63 out of 100. And 65 gets me gold. 70 gets me platinum, or whatever. Is that what it is? Platinum. Yeah. So, and this is the main number I'm working on. It was down to 85%. So now I'm trying to get enough on-time deliveries to get this thing up to let's see, what's Uber got for us? Hey, we got one. $10 for 1 mile on UberEats. That's what we're looking for. Thank you, Magic Dumpster. Thank you, Magic Dumpster. The hardest part, Rare, is getting consistent good orders. That's the problem. That's the problem with food delivery stuff. Is like, it's not about being willing to work. It's about having enough orders that are worthwhile to take. We got to drive just a little bit. If you got anything you want to send, so we've got an email address, Arslan. So the easiest thing to do if you got questions or stuff, send an email. So if somebody wants to post the email, it's asideofhustlechannel@gmail.com. I know I've got some emails in there to check, so I'll be checking it tonight. But if one of the mods can just post it, you don't need to block all that stuff, Audrey. It's fine. If they're just genuine questions, we'll handle most of it. Is TG Telegram? Is that what that is? I don't even know exactly what they were asking. But asideofhustlechannel@gmail.com. But yeah, I mean, the hardest part is like, I mean, specifically speaking, there's too many drivers for not enough orders. There you go. That's the asideofhustlechannel@gmail.com. It's Gmail at the end, by the way. I think there's a little typo in that, but just so everybody sees, asideofhustlechannel@gmail.com. So if you got questions or there's anything you want to talk about that you don't feel comfortable talking about public on live stream, that's the email. So we got to go right around the corner here. This is just $10 for 1 mile. Pizza, chicken parm, meatballs. That's not how you come into a room, Sal. Now you gotta be muted. Sal. Got an entire, like, car full of people that are, like, just parked in the middle of the road, blocking my way to get to where I need to go so I can park off on the side of the road. All right. There you go. All right, we're going to just go grab this. I'm not going to bring you in for this one because I'm just literally right by the restaurant. Hopefully it will be all ready to go right away. All right. All right, we got that picked up. What is Grubhub trying to send us? Anything worthwhile? Probably not, because it's Grubhub. Nope. Little Caesars. I didn't even know Little Caesars was on Grubhub. I've never gotten one on there before. This one's going to Tim. I didn't know you had ordered, Tim. All right. So we are on our way. That order was ready. So Magic Dumpster did give us a good order. At least we won't get completely. But like I said last night, I did 2 hours of delivery last night and did like $30. And basically the same pace tonight. I don't understand why supper is slow kind of anywhere I've gone in town. So yeah. Okay, so maybe DoorDash is glitching tonight, because that's happened to me multiple times tonight, Jaeger, where they're just not ringing the bell. Are you Android or Apple? Yeah, I've had to keep DoorDash like on front the whole night. I missed a Plus order before. Yeah, on Android tonight. It's because I started using Android for Apple, or Android for all these delivery apps tonight. Just decided to break for me. And you guys get the repercussions of it. Yeah, it's been really bad on Android tonight. Normally I couldn't help you, but because I normally do all that, but it's been just really bad. Yeah, so I actually have DoorDash on my iPhone. For whatever reason, it lets me be logged into both phones at the same time for DoorDash. Most of the other apps don't let you do that. It's like one or the other. But so I've actually gotten notifications through the iPhone. Or I'll get the text message sometimes through the iPhone. So I don't know. So it must be glitchy tonight. So I would just say keep DoorDash front and center. Because before I got that big Plus order, that 22, I missed another Plus order before that. So no idea how big it was, but I would have obviously taken the first Plus had I seen it. But it just, by the time I actually switched over to it, it like went off the screen. So DoorDash is glitchy tonight on Android. All right. So we'll see. I don't think I'm really going to be sitting around much more after this. We'll get this dropped off, and I think I'm just going to start aiming towards home. We'll still keep everything on, but it's slow. We're past 7:30, and I'd rather just get home and get working on other projects at home. I'm getting tired too, and hungry. I haven't had supper yet. I had like lunch at 2 o'clock. How's it going, Ryan? Hope you're doing well tonight. We got this $10 for 1 mile order, so I would say this is probably a better order than the other one we had, which was like $22 for 8 miles. I would do 10 for 1s all day. If I could just literally just get $10 for 1 mile orders all day, I would just do those. Never complain. No hidden tips needed. Because I can get two or three of those done every hour, no problem. Doing well. Been a slow delivery supper time, but delivering during the day has been good. So sometimes that's just how it is. And yeah, so just kind of chilling, hanging out with people, doing whatever, making some money and hanging out with friends. Not much of a better combination than that, right? So appreciate you being here tonight with us. Do you do any food or gig delivery? Do you have any side hustles? Food and gig delivery, I also do eBay, Amazon, Facebook Marketplace, and then YouTube. Very slowly moving into the paid content creator world. Make about 75 cents a day from my AdSense revenue. I'm big balling here. Baller. So we're working on, I'll give you guys the update for those of you who don't care about sports, but just care about the YouTube side. So I'm working on, started and I'm working on trying to get a second YouTube channel monetized, which is a sports channel, Metropolitans. We're less than a month in. We hit the 70 subscriber mark last night. My goal is to get that channel monetized by the end of June. So we're pushing hard to do that as well. So we're covering lots of, mostly baseball right now, a little bit of football, but mostly baseball that we're covering, and mostly Mets and Mets related content. And, but I would say it's going pretty well. It's certainly a lot easier to get new viewers on a sports related channel versus like a food delivery side hustle type of channel. But it's harder to get subscribers. So it's easier to get viewers and views and watch hours. All that's built in pretty easily. Alex, how's it going? Ryan, I think he's just being silly calling you Ben Affleck. I don't think he actually knows you. I think he's just being silly. Or she. I guess Alex could be a boy or a girl name. Because I've met both in my life. Yeah. All right, we're almost to our drop-off, which is nice. That's what I love about $10 for 1 mile. There's also a chance that there'll be a hidden tip on this order. Any orders $10 and up on UberEats can have hidden tips, but especially $10 or more and less than 5 miles, that's the combination that you really like. Well, I'm going to do March Madness, Jaeger. Can we compromise on that? So, who should I pick? So give me a team. If I'm going to start cheering for a basketball team, I need to pick a team that's, one, not a front runner team, but two, not a horrible loser team. Because I've got enough with them and Dolphins. And meatballs. So, be right back with you guys. Hold on. All right, we got that order dropped off. So we're gonna move, I don't know where we're gonna go to, but we're gonna go somewhere. Turn off this light for a second here. Maybe we'll head over to Turco Taco for a couple minutes. I can get caught up on chat, and then if nothing else comes through, all right, so I'm gonna declare my 1-day experiment of delivering on Android as a whole a failure. I will call it a failure. About the only good thing is Instacart. That's the only experience for me that has improved. Between not getting notifications on, well, I don't think I can go that way. Not getting notifications on DoorDash, UberEats wanting to always be in the front of the screen in order to be able to log on or log off. just clunkier and it's not as fast. Now some of that could be the Cricket wireless part too, but even so, I'm gonna count it a fail. We're gonna count it a fail. We're gonna count it a fail. All right, well, we're at least over $30, so there could be a hidden tip on that one too, but we won't know for another hour, and I doubt that I'll be out delivering for another hour. However, stranger things have happened. The other thing is I don't have easy, I don't have like a Siri set up on my Samsung here. It's not easy to just like ask for directions like I normally do either, so it's all good though. See if there's any other orders left, and then if not, it's time to just start heading towards home. From the United States, Bob, how's it going? So yeah, down in Southwest Florida in the United States. So we're out doing just a little bit of food delivery. Emphasis on a little bit, because it's been pretty slow here tonight. But having fun hanging out with all of you, hanging out with old friends, and meeting some new friends tonight. So it's good to be back. Hey, we're English only in here. I appreciate you being in here, but we are English only because we have no idea what's being said otherwise. Makes it pretty hard to moderate. So, have you been to Florida before? It's nice this time of year. We were actually pretty chilly last week, but now we're back into our normal weather. Just like lows in the 50s, highs in the 70s is like our absolute peak. Beautiful time of year. All right, so we're gonna park here by a place called Turco Taco. It's a little local street taco. Kind of think like, not like Taco Bell taco, like street taco place. Awesome. Awesome. Is it Snoxy? I appreciate you so much. Thank you for understanding. We just can't. We're not a big enough channel to have that many multilingual moderators. So, but we're gonna hang here. What is it? 7:49. I think I'm going to give it about 5 minutes till about 7:55. We'll hang here. If there's no orders, we're just going to head in the direction of home. And we'll still leave all the apps on, but so awesome. So yeah, so it's been a slow night, but we're just doing the best we can. And if people aren't ordering food, they're not ordering food. There's nothing we can do about that. Not going to get upset or get angry about it for sure. DoorDash is glitchy tonight for sure too. So that certainly hasn't helped because we maybe missed other good orders. I know I missed at least one good order. Maybe we missed others as well. Ryan, sorry, I missed that comment. Have I ever fought with a colleague at work? What's the smart thing to do after the argument? All right. So we had a different scenario, but similar type of question earlier tonight that came up. And I would still start with the same basic advice. And it's a whole lot easier for me to say than it is for me to do because, you know, it's one of those things. By the way, as a slight aside, one of the best ways to get clarity on your situation is put it in a third person where someone else comes and says, this is my situation, what would you do? And then counsel the other person like you would counsel them to do, and then just go do what you counsel them to do. So, but here's what I would do. I would start with finding whatever fault that you have in the argument. And I know you might say, well, he or she, they were total idiots. They didn't know what they were saying. But I'm going to imagine that somewhere in that argument, you can claim at least 1% of that argument was your fault. Maybe it was something that you said the right thing, but you didn't say it in the right way. You assumed something. You were just frustrated. You were in a bad mood. Or maybe you can say, look, no, this was 90% my fault, whatever it is. But somewhere on that scale, probably 1% to 99% of that conflict is your fault. Somewhere on that scale. It doesn't matter what the number is. That's not the point. The point is, find out the part of that. Search yourself. Find out the part of that you are clearly the one to blame for. And figure it out. And then go to that person and then make a genuine apology and just say, look, I know we argued the other day. I value this relationship. I don't want to be like that. I really wanted to apologize because I was too over the top, or because I didn't treat you fairly. I didn't listen to your viewpoint, or again, I don't know the specifics, but you know what I'm saying? Whatever you did wrong, just go to them and admit, like, yeah, I need to do that. Please forgive me. And please let me know in the future if I'm doing this again, because I don't want you to feel this way. It's like, I'm fine. You know, I know we're going to disagree sometimes, but I don't want to be arguing and fighting about it. I want to maintain the unity of the workplace and stuff like that. And then you do that, and then you just let it be. Even if you'd say 99% of the fault was theirs, just give them that, and then just let it be. Give it a day or 2 or 3. And then kind of see what their reaction is over the next couple of days. See if they're interested in restoring that relationship, moving forward, or if they're not. And if they're not, or if they seem oblivious to it, you could then after a couple of days say, hey, I know I apologized the other day. However, I did want to let you know this was something that really frustrated me. Next time, could you do it this way instead? It would just be a lot easier for me to do that, or whatever. And then you again see how they respond to that or whatever. And a lot of times when you apologize, the other person's going to apologize too, because they feel like an idiot for not being the one to apologize first, because they probably feel bad about it as well. Or they maybe see themselves as not doing anything wrong, but they'll just say, hey, no worry, forget about it. And you, again, if you can honestly evaluate yourself, you're probably going to have a pretty decent idea as to what part of any conflict you're culpable for. And I mean, there's a few circumstances where you're responsible for 0% of a conflict, but those are super extreme cases, like abuse, extreme cases where, false imprisonment, like that, those sorts of things, right? Like, you're not to blame for that. But just in a relational manner, if there's a conflict, there's probably something that you did, even if it's 1% of the problem, but there was something that you did that exacerbated it or whatever. And like, I had a thing tonight where I did a drop off, and the guy I was having trouble getting my phone. So I had to go back to get my other phone to get the order completed and different things like that. But like, I realized, like, if I could go back, I would have said, when he came out, I should have addressed him right away. I should have said, good evening, sir. I'm sorry about the delay. I'm having a little trouble with the phone signal. I'll finish this up as quick as possible. And then I could have read him. Instead, I made the assumption that he was going to be understanding and playful, as opposed to genuinely like caring about him and apologizing first for the delay. And then if he wanted to be playful, or if he wanted to say, hey, no worries or whatever, I would have gotten a much better read on the situation. And instead, I kind of did the playful, kind of like, oh, whatever, my phone's not working, but he wasn't in the mood for that or being playful with it. And so even though I would say in that particular circumstance, maybe it's 20% me or 25% me, 75% him, at least from my perspective, I can still own that 25% of me that didn't handle that situation correctly. And, in the gig delivery world, I don't have a chance. I'm not going to drive back to his house and apologize. He'd probably call the cops on me if I did that. But in my circumstance, I can say, okay, the next time that comes up, I'm going to be prepared. I don't know why I don't have the light on while I'm just parked here. By the way, I'm not actually driving, so you guys know. There's always somebody like, why are you talking while you're driving? Because I talk while I'm driving, whether there's a camera on or not. because got to talk to somebody. Anyway, the point is, I can take the part that I'm culpable for, which was not handling the first part of that interaction professionally and handling that a little too casually, and then I'll make note of that and then make an adjustment for the future. But if it was like someone not in a food delivery circumstance, then what I would want to do the next time I have an opportunity, I just want to say, hey, I'm really sorry that I didn't handle that professionally. You know, I was too cavalier about how I handled that situation. Please forgive me. You know, I need to be more professional in the future. That's what I would say if it was someone I was going to have repeated contact with, which would be more like a colleague type of situation. All right. Well, I said I was going to stay here till 7:55, and it's already 7:57. Let me refresh chat here really quick, just because sometimes the phone is weird. But we're going to just start heading in the direction of home. We're not turning off any apps or anything yet. I still got about 10 or 15 minute drive. Welcome back, Plain Sharks. We've had two orders, a $22 for 8 mile and a $10 for 1 mile. That's what we've done tonight. It's been a really bad night. We're over 2 hours in here, so at this point I'm not expecting it to get any better than what the two orders were good. The fact that those are the only two orders is not good. So I'm not expecting orders to get any better at this point in time. So we're going to head towards home. If we get a good order or we get something that's going to take us home, we'll just take it at this point. I'm not going to be super picky. Yeah, the two orders, good. The fact that it's only two orders, bad. But you never know. Never know what's going to hit your phone on the way home. So we're going to do that like 5:50. I went live at 5:50. 6 o'clock maybe, where I got to good food delivery zones. So basically we're 2 hours in. Just what it is tonight. But DoorDash is glitchy tonight. Jaeger reported the same thing too. DoorDash isn't actually giving notifications on the orders. And I didn't know that until late. Yeah, right. Also 6 o'clock. I didn't have like the 4:30 to 6 time frame to do deliveries. So it's good. I'm not upset or anything. The goal is to get $50. It's still possible, because that 10 for 1 was Uber, so there could be a hidden tip there, and we could always get another order or two. But either way, it'll put us around 170 on the day in 9 hours. 170 to 180, something like that. So I'm not, $20 bucks an hour for a full day on a weekday. That's not horrible. So, and I tried everything on the Android today. Did not like it as much. Streaming to you guys on the iPhone was better than streaming on the Android, but delivering on the Android, not as good. It's $4 for 4 miles on DoorDash. We're not gonna do that. But we're going to pass by some good restaurants here between here and home. So, passing by Cheesecake Factory now and Chipotle. We're going to pass by Papa John's and a few other high-end places. And then we're going to pass by some bar food and late-night food. So we're going to kind of run the gamut of different types of restaurants, as well as some fast food. Chick-fil-A, Taco Bell, Arby's, McDonald's. We're going to go by all of those. So if there's any good orders, they'll be good. And if not, we'll be good to go home. Little short of my daily goal of 200 that I'm trying to do right now. But we're good. Tomorrow's Friday. Hoping for a big Friday and a good Friday night. So I don't want to just burn gas doing nothing. Yeah. How's it going, Caleb? We stayed busy today. For sure, we stayed busy. Just not a busy supper time. That's the only... I don't even want to say disappointing. I kind of went out knowing. It's just, I don't know why, but I know it has been bad. So, we'll keep pushing through for sure. Too Evil, good evening to you. Yeah, it's also just midweek. You know, it's just a Thursday. Everybody's got to get up, go to work tomorrow. It also feels, it does feel like there's less people down here. It feels like less people have come south, which that could also be economy related as well. So... yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say it's really slowing down. I feel like it's been slowed down. And, but hopefully there'll be a nice boost of tax returns coming over the next couple months. And, but I mean, this is supposed to be our busier season. And it definitely feels like it is busy, but it doesn't, the roads don't feel as busy as I remember them from previous years. Maybe I've just gotten used to it and I'm blinded to the fact that our roads are bad, but it just doesn't feel like I'm seeing the amount of traffic jams. Yeah, but there's no hurricane this time of year, Caleb. So that's why the snowbirds come down here through like March or April. But you might be right in the sense that they can't afford to come down. But you might have more people who just can't afford to make the trip or spend a few months down here. Certainly possible. Certainly possible. I know there's chicken wings at home tonight. It's a preview of Super Bowl food. Yeah, I mean, a few people have moved out of Florida, but it's still a net. It is still a growing state. For sure. Like, there's way more people that are here than were here 5 years ago. In season and out of season. So. And in terms of like food delivery too, you can never, you know, like I said, the apps are having issues tonight too. Not just me. Jaeger reported the same issue I had. But it's good. We'll do that. So if we don't get any orders, I mean, either way, the plan is to go live on Metropolitans. That's the sports channel. I'm going to go live there at around 9:30 is the goal. Yeah, so again, I just got an order on DoorDash. I'm not taking it, but an order on DoorDash, and there's no sound notification whatsoever until now. But the sound doesn't come up for like 30 seconds. When the order's about to expire. So it was bad. It was $2.75 for 5 miles. So $2 for 3 miles. Again, no notification. So, it's just what it's gonna be tonight. $4 for 8 miles. That one was on Uber. So we're getting a fair amount of orders right here, but they're not good. And so no one's taking them. So good for all you little drivers. Even the Instacart orders coming through are really small, $5. Like, people want you to go grocery shopping for them. Is there even a tip on that? $1 tip? $1.24 tip. $1.24 tip for an Instacart. Yeah, could you go shopping for me? Sure. Hey, I want to bless you for going shopping for me, friend. Here's $1.24. Go buy 2 postage stamps. Thanks. Thanks, friend. I appreciate it. $1.24. I don't blame anybody. I blame if you want to blame anyone, you blame the drivers who take them. There is no blame. Customer can tip however much they want, and drivers can choose not to take them if they don't want to. And the company can pay whatever it wants, and drivers can either take it or not take it. So $23 for 26 mile, but that would actually be 50 miles there and back, so that's definitely not worth it. That was on Uber. No, I got nothing. I'm almost home too. It's just everything that's coming through is junk. Either low dollar, low mileage, or low dollar, high mileage. So, it's 8 o'clock. It's dying. Well, Trump said he's really going to try to push through this no tax on tips. And he's actually talking about trying to get rid of the federal income tax. I would love that. We need to get rid of the federal income tax. That's not a political stance. That's just a basic business stance. It should have never been introduced in this country. And I would say not only should we get rid of it, everyone should get all their income tax money back that they've ever paid in. That'll never happen. But I'll settle for, let's see if in 4 years we can get enough tariffs in here that... Because look, if you tariff goods from other places, but in return get rid of the income tax, then people will have more money to buy on the things that they want to buy. And most Americans in surveys would rather be taxed on consumption than taxed on income. There's other taxes that need to be getting rid of too, like the death tax, the inheritance tax. That needs to be completely done away with. Really, the whole Federal Reserve needs to be done away with. We should get back to the gold standard. Well, we need to get rid of property tax too. There's a lot of things that need to be done. But for the first time in my life, I believe there's at least a smidge of hope that we could see true tax reform. Like just... no income tax. This country survived like 150 years with no income tax. And then we got it, and it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. Other countries we're already taxed. All these other countries already tax our goods, Caleb. They tax us so hard. Did you know it's cheaper for China to mail something through their postage system to the US than it is for me to mail you the same package across our own country? It's absolutely crazy. No, you won't have a world tax war. What you'll have companies setting up in the country to maximize sales. We're an economic power. So look, if you had to buy the same widget made in America, you're going to pay a little bit more than buying the widget. Have you ever thought about why is it that all of our cheap stuff is made in China? It's because we don't tax them. Everyone's like, buy American. Yeah, but if you bought only American, you'd pay so much more. And people are going to look for the cheapest option. Well, tariffs will make the U.S. bought goods the cheapest option. Like, you can overdo it on tariffs, but if you use tariffs to get rid of the federal income tax, people are going to have so much more money, they're not going to care about paying a little bit more for stuff that's made in the USA that they know is going into the pockets of other U.S. workers who then will not have any income tax on that, and it's going to keep more money in the country. So anyway, that's my take on it. The U.S. functioned 150 years without an income tax, and we could do it again. All right, well, I'm officially home at this point, even though it says it's super busy here, and like I'm just outside of a red zone, but there's nothing going. So we're going to be live on the sports channel, Metropolitans. So you can go look that channel up. We're going to be live over there in about an hour and 15 minutes for 9:30. We'll do full baseball update for the day. Appreciate all you guys hanging out. Thank you for the 20 likes. Thank you for hanging out. Mods, thank you for doing an awesome job tonight. As always, lots of modding. There's lots of crazy stuff in the chat, but I do appreciate all of you guys, all subscribers, all viewers. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you so much, and I will see you again soon.